The time is 9:50 a.m., November 13th, 2024. I was just critically poisoned with what I strongly believe is a biological agent, biological weapon. I'm still at the frustration thing. I still don't have words. Okay, so if I sound funny, struggle to talk, it's because I don't recall English words. This is why. Because I'm still in the terrorist cell all alone, and they're still coming in here through cubby holes and using biological and chemical weapons, along with everything else I have said they do. But right now, I am forbidden from talking about anything other than what I'm going to say on this thing I'm recording now. I have one ear plugged. I have the sound machine off, but I'm not at liberty to say why it's so noisy or anything I'm witnessing outside of my windows or in this city. Okay, I'm literally can't tell you the weather. I can't tell you anything. I can only say this. Within the last 15 minutes, I was critically poisoned with what I believe is a biological weapon. It started to get really bad after and only after the poison, the feeling sick, all these things it does to you. All right. It started to get really bad after they clearly opened a door and let themselves in from underneath my floor in that compartment area I have desperately tried to say they use, which is conjunct to 1511, that is right underneath my table in my room. I'm moving on. If no one's ever going to search, raid, stop this fucking terrorism, I'm moving on. I have done due diligently describing where they come in here. Okay, and after that, there was all this stuff, this unforgettable stuff that started happening, but I can't say what it was or where it was, all right? This stuff by people, very evil people, that's all I can say. All right. And the stuff continued, and then I went into my extra room to try to get away from the poison. I stood in there, and that's when I heard more people, very evil people, clearly coming in from another door that they've constructed with construction workers who are not construction workers, which I have heard ever since they were killing women up here. I kept reporting I'm hearing them construct trap doors. I saw the man who is an Al-Qaeda member who is dead, covered in dirt in the basement, digging a hole in the ground. I said it at the time, like for weeks on end, but nobody ever came to search the house. I haven't done a deposition clear witness testimony of what I saw, but I did at the time. If you go through the videotapes, you can hear what I said. Right at the time it happened, I said, the man's covered in dirt, blah, 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 blah. From head to toe. He's coming from the basement, blah, 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 blah. But nobody does anything about it. The fact that they keep trying to arrest me in here is so horrifying. The fact that they're taking me to civil court is so horrifying. That woman who's supposed to show up in court, I have on video and witness do so many capital offenses in here inside of 1509. I wake up, that's sometimes the first thing I think. It isn't about the court date. It's about that she's going in protected by the police to the court date. It's about what I've seen her do that I'm forbidden from talking about anymore. That she's going in there. It has been so traumatizing for me, this experience in my life. All right, so I'm going to go back to the poisoning. I went into the extra room. It was getting inescapable, the poison, okay? And I could hear very evil people raising hell, but I can't talk about it. They all came in at once. I can't talk about where I witnessed them come in. I can't talk about it. Okay, so then I ran into my extra room and I clearly heard one of them coming in from the first floor. Constructed door. There's a door and you can hear it. It sounds like a fucking door. I'm not going to describe it right now. I was stunned. My jaw was on the floor. I've definitely said that. I've put it on the internet, floor one, cubbyhole entrance. There's one that I can visibly think of, but I can't talk about it. I've never been allowed to film it, but I don't believe that's what I'm hearing. It's a different one that I've heard when the man and woman who were both in Al-Qaeda, who are both dead, one of the people here, the woman left in a body bag. Okay? I used to hear that noise when they were here, coming and going, coming and going. Okay, I said they came through. Those two didn't live here. They lived in these apartments up and down this street, right next door. That one, he probably dug his tunnel somewhere and would use that one in the basement. I said this, but nobody searches. They send me to court. They arrest me. Okay. So I was in my extra room and clearly heard someone coming and going, more than one person's. It was astounding from the first floor. And at that point, my extra room started just being engulfed with this poison. I couldn't take anymore. I raced to the bathroom. And then at that point, I'm out of control. My body is not in my control. I'm sick. I'm going to skip all the sickness and the horror and the pain. I'm going to skip it. I was just going uncontrollably, diarrhea, diarrhea, diarrhea. Then they filled my bathroom up with it. Okay. And while this was happening, there was shit going on in this house, but I can't talk about it. I'm in the fucking bathroom hearing it go off, but I can't say what I witnessed. You know how fucking vulnerable and scared you feel, dude? Okay. So then they filled my bathroom up, so they got the 3 rooms, but it was really astounding because it was an entire thing they did. But I can't talk about any of it. It was timed. It was timed and stuff, but I can't talk about it. Planned and timed. It was horrifying. My ear is still plugged. I can't say why it's so noisy. I can't talk about anything, not the weather. But by the time I they just poisoned me for the longest time in the bathroom too. I need to say that. The poisoning in the bathroom went on and on and on for like 5 fucking minutes. And I finally got my shit together, recovering from the pain, recovering from everything. Just finally in one piece again. And I left the bathroom and it was still going on in the house, okay? The stuff that I can't talk about. And now I don't believe I'm hearing it, but I got one ear plugged and I'm trapped in here with the cats. And my guidance is don't fucking leave your room. And this never ends. And I'm not really able to save my situation. Like I can never talk about my poisoning. I can never talk about how I'm trapped in here all the time. I can't say anything, but it doesn't end. Every day we do this. Every day this never ends. Every day I wake up, my eyes wake up and I'm like, I can't believe that I'm going to see one of these terrorists involved with this kind of murder, homicide, gore show. I'm going to see him in the courthouse going after me. How is this even going to court? Why am I leaving here without making statements to anybody about what I witnessed for 5 years? How am I supposed to piece this together when I leave? And where am I going all alone, a witness to this kind of terrorism? Right now, I need to get better. I just got really poisoned. I'm not at the court date. It is not the 23rd of December. I need to not get really hysterical about it. But this is seriously happening in the U.S. They will not, no matter what, give up this terrorist compound. There's multiple people. It hasn't stopped. I have to go. Goodbye.